Hey everybody, this is Mr. Movie Buff 5000, and recently I just saw this movie. It was called Elephant. This was made in 2003, so I know I'm a bit of a late bloomer with this one. I just saw it just yesterday. It's a movie by Gus Van Sant, so I'm just going to give my review on it. I'm just going to warn you here. There will be some spoilers in this review because it's not one of those movies I could just review because plot. When I give the plot, I have to give some stuff up and what I liked and what I didn't like about it. So if you don't want to see a review with spoilers, don't watch this video. But if you do, here you go. And if you don't care, here you go. So Elephant is, like I said, by Gus Van Sant. Of course, he's a very, very talented director. He made Good Will Hunting, Drugstore Cowboy, My Own Private Idaho, and this one definitely doesn't live up to those three because those three movies are fantastic movies. But this one still, it's a very, very brave picture, to say the least. It's about a school shooting. These two kids, they go into their school with guns and commit a massacre, and it follows different students in the school and their days, their normal, and how they play a role in this tragedy, this massacre. Uh, as of right now, I think this is the closest movie we're gonna get to about that revolves around Columbine. It's not a Columbine biopic. It's not in Columbine or anything. It's not the same kids or anything, but it's the closest we've had of a movie that I've seen or heard of about Columbine. And Gus Van Sant is brave in showing this because this isn't the kind of movie a lot of people will want to see. Seeing kids get shot, kids shooting each other, and it was a hard movie to watch for sure. So um, it's a very, very short movie. I think it's only like about an hour and 20 minutes, maybe less. And most of the movie is following some of the kids around. It goes to flashbacks showing the kids who are gonna commit the murders, like how they get the gun, how they get the idea. It shows one kid getting spitball thrown at him, and and then follows this one other kid played by John Robinson, who at the time is a newcomer. Now he's made some movies. He made Lords of Dogtown, and he pretty much everyone in this movie, every kid is a newcomer. Some I've noticed have made it, some haven't. So a lot of newcomers here, and it shows John Robinson's character, just his day and how he becomes involved with it and whatnot. And some of the actors in this movie, they work. Some don't. Some are really good. Some aren't good at all. I thought the two kids who play the shooters, Alex Frost is one and Eric Doolan is the other. I thought Alex Frost was very good. He's quiet but deadly, and Eric Doolan's a bit more talkative, and he's definitely weaker than Alex Frost, but yeah, they're both quite good. And John Robinson playing one of the kids around, he's good enough too. But yeah, then there's some other kids that aren't very good. There's this, and a problem I had with it personally was for the last 15 minutes is the actual shooting. I'm not saying I liked the shooting in the movie the best, or that I was waiting for the whole movie for the shooting, the violence part. No, I liked a lot of the teenage angst they show in it, about teenagers and what they go through, and because I'm a teenager and I know what a lot of these kids go through, and I like that. But there's a lot of kind of useless stuff in this movie, stuff that's not needed. For example, like 2 to 3 minutes of people just walking down the halls, going where they need to go, just long takes. I like long takes sometimes. Sometimes they're good. Like P.T. Anderson movies, his long takes are fabulous. These ones didn't really work. I didn't get them really. Just 2 to 3 minutes. Even one that I think was like 5 minutes of just kids just walking around the halls, going to their classes, going to the cafeteria, going to the library, wherever. So I didn't really like that. And then there's this one part where these three girls are just sitting around talking about going to the mall and talking about like how one girl's just hanging out with her boyfriend more than her friends, right? And there's just, I don't know, I think Gus Van Sant was trying to make not only a school massacre movie, but like kind of a teenager movie of what people talk about, what teenagers talk about, and that scene didn't work for me. Just maybe because the acting was terrible, and I don't know, I didn't like their acting, but yeah. So like I said, most of the movie is showing different kids and their days before it happened. For example, one kid, his name was Elias in the movie. He's going around taking pictures and everything, and like getting photos ready. You think he's going to be important. A lot of these kids you think are going to be important, and some of them have nothing to do with it. Like Elias, for example, he's on screen for a long time, and then right as the shooting starts, the Alex Frost points the gun. Remember, I said there's going to be spoilers. Alex points the gun at him. Elias takes a picture of him and gets shot. That's pretty much all he has to do. I thought he would be more important in the storyline, and I don't know, and so that was disappointing because he seemed like a pretty good actor too. And the same thing with John, especially John. You think because John's the first kid to show up. You know, his dad's driving drunk to his school. I don't know who drinks in the morning, but and he's walking, and he's the first one to pretty much see the kids come in with the guns. And he says, "What are you guys doing?" They said, "Get the fuck out of here! You know, shit's going down." And the rest of the movie, he's running around telling people, "Don't go in there, man! Please don't go in there." And that's it. And then he meets up with his dad, and you know they look, and they're just like, "Whoa, you know, oh man." And that's pretty much it. And I thought John would have much more to do. Pretty much the only kids that have a lot to do are the killers, and which disappoints me because I'm not really saying that I wanted any kids to be heroes and like go all Bruce Willis, John McClane on them. No, but like I wanted at least like them to do something instead of just the killers. And I don't know, and then that there's a couple of useless stuff too. Like there's this one really useless character, honestly. Throughout all the characters, right, it shows their name on the screen, and it's so, for example, like John, and then goes through John's day and Elias's day, and and then it shows this one kid, this black kid walking around the school, right? You think, okay, either he seems like he's a big kid, strong kid, so I thought, okay, maybe he's one of the bullies who bullied the Alex and Eric, and he's gonna get it. And then so he's walking around, and then it says Benny, so I'm like, okay, this guy's gonna be important, right? He might be the hero, he might do something crazy, right? So he's walking around the school, going past a flaming classroom, walking around, and then one of the kids, Eric, has a gun against the teacher, and he's kind of creeping around. I'm like, okay, so maybe he's gonna stop him or he's gonna fight him. No, Eric turns around and shoots him. That's it. That's really it with that, and so it was kind of useless, really, and that kind of bothered me. But I know I'm saying a lot of negative things about the movie, but I enjoyed this. I thought it was Gus Van Sant's direction is very good, despite the long takes, the long shots. But I have to give a thumbs up though, because it was brave. It's really brave to show a movie this serious about such a terrible tragedy, stuff that has happened not just in Columbine but other times, and the fact that he shows it, and the fact that some of the characters he has in this movie are very very real. They act like real teenagers, but there was some negative stuff, and the ending, the last 15 minutes is the shooting. The last shot of the film, I partly liked it. It made me go kind of like, what the hell? It just ended randomly, and that kind of, part of me liked it, part of me was kind of maxed. I wanted to see what more was going to happen to the kid Alex who was shooting, and the last two people he comes across, and it just ends, really, and you're kind of frustrated, but all in all, it is a very brave movie. Like I said, some of the actors are good, some are terrible. I know most of it was improvised. It's pretty obvious, but that's always okay with me, because I find that when you improvise, it kind of seems more realistic, because life is improvised. When you're talking to people, you don't know what you're really going to say next. It's not always scripted. It's never scripted. So part of me liked the whole improvising thing, and yeah, just a lot of, I don't know, to say that it wasn't art that it was too over. It wasn't over the top at all. Just I'm kind of at a loss for words here. Like it is a movie you should see, and if you like it or not, it's still worth seeing. Just give it a chance if you've watched this review. It's Elephant again. Gus Van Sant directed it. Fabulous movie. Just it's I'm kind of baffled by this movie. Not in a bad way, not in a good way. Just I've never really felt this way about a movie before that made me think this much. I'm still not really over it. So thanks for watching this review. If you watched it or if you found out that I will be saying I was going to say spoilers, and you left, I don't blame you. So thank you very much for watching. I'm out. Peace.